Landi tip number 28, First Date Series Part 1. Find your date prospects in specific places. So, where can you find real people to date in real life settings? Where can you find people to date that's not through dating apps? Where can you find people to date that's not through your friend's reto? Or in short, bakit ang hirap maghanap ng kadate nowadays, and where can you find these people? So in this episode of Landian with Dani, we're gonna talk about that, or you're gonna know. Hey there, my flirty butterflies. I'm Dani, and welcome to the Landian with Dani podcast, aka the first and only, so far, flirting-focused podcast in the Philippines. I love it so much. And recently, as you have noticed, we have been uploading consistently every Thursdays, 5 a.m. So if you haven't, click the bell button or the notif button for new episodes, go do that, either if you're watching on Spotify or on YouTube. Then also go follow on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube wherever you're watching. Please don't hesitate to comment your realizations or anything, your thoughts about the episode when you're listening to it. Meron naman comment section either if you're watching on Spotify or on YouTube. I really love reading your comments and your situations and your updates about your dating lives. And honestly, the reason why I decided to make this episode is because I'm doing a 25 dates in 2025, a 25 years old dating series on YouTube. And a lot of you guys, when I post the trailers or the photos on Instagram, the trailers on TikTok, a lot of you guys say na, saan mo nakukuha yung mga ka-date mo? The dates that I have in these 25 date series, halo-halo sila. Either they're people that I met through events, they're people that I met through workout spaces, because I always go out, I always work out in workout classes, ganon. Or they're the retos of my friend. A lot of them are actually retos from my friends. At first, when I thought of making reto, natatakot ako because I don't know these people. And before, I wouldn't date someone who I didn't initially like. And I get that. If you're in that phase, na parang, bakit ko siya date? Di ko naman siya crush. But again, you're dating so that you can get to know more about yourself, your preferences, what you want in a person, how you want that person to treat you. Because right now, okay, sige, let's say you have a list of your non-negotiables, of your standards, or you have that ideal man or ideal woman in your head. But again, I realized when I was dating multiple people and dating different personalities na nababago yung mga preferences mo. Because you keep on meeting different people and these people treat you differently as well. So, mababago yung parang before, ano bang non-negotiable ko? A guy should pay on the first date. Always, 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 always. But then when I went on dates with these different guys, the other guys wanted to go on dates that was kind of expensive, but those dates included an activity. So the guy didn't pay 100%, but he paid for the meal, the entire meal. Kinain namin dalawa. He paid for it. But for the activity, I was willing to pay also because the activity was kind of pricey. But I thought na parang, okay, I can pay for this because mag-enjoy din naman ako. Kung hindi kami magkatuluyan, then okay, at least naranasan ko mag-pottery or naranasan ko mag-dance class or naranasan ko mag-try ng ice bath or something. There's stuff that can be negotiated or negotiable and hindi siya lagi dapat fixed. Okay, so that's the entire idea or the entire thought process on why I made this episode. When you think about it, when you're at the same age as me, aka you're a millennial. No, I'm not a millennial. Oh my god. If you're the same age as me, you're a Gen Z or even a millennial because I have audiences who are millennials. Hello, welcome to this episode, and I'm glad that you're here, first of all, because this is a sign that you want to explore and you want to date out there na again, because we are at this age where we want to settle. I don't know with you guys, but I personally want to find a husband. Hindi na ako nagde-date for fun, actually. Hindi na ako nagde-date just for content. I'm actually on the hunt for my husband, for the man who's gonna be the father of my children. That's why I recently also made the parang Landi tip or common misconceptions of flirting when it comes to the Filipino culture. So, if you're having that dilemma na parang, where am I gonna find someone that I can date? I'm making this episode so that you you would find people who you would go on a date with. Again, doesn't necessarily mean that you go out on a date with them, jojowain mo sila. No, you're just, think of it as you doing it for yourself so that you could know your preferences, you could know what treatment you want to receive. Aayos mo yung preferences mo or yung ideal man mo in your head. Because honestly, when you ask me what is my ideal man, hindi pa siya solid sa head ko. Alam mo yan. Yeah. So, number one place that you can look at if you're kinakabahan or like if you want to find somewhere that there's familiarity or my level of comfort. It's so funny. I know not a lot of you would agree with this, but schools and alumni events. Again, we're like 20s. Most probably the people who are listening to this are like in your early or mid 20s or like in your 30s. It's actually cute if you go out on a date with someone that you already knew. Kasi meron na agad kayong mapag-uusapan automatic during the date. It's like looking back on your high school or your grade school life. So automatic, there's a conversation already there. Meron agad kayong mapag-uusapan automatic. And you can talk about your high school memories or like your batchmates and stuff. So that's a nice way to kick off your dating escapades. Lalo na if kinakabahan ka, ganyan. You can actually treat a date as just a friendly date, just a warm-up for your dating life. Your org mates in college, pwede rin silang makadate. Your previous school crush. If you watched my 25 date series, I actually asked my college freshie crush out on a date. And surprisingly, it went so well. I had so much fun. Hindi siya like super mega kilig vibes, but he actually made me feel good during the date. And I had fun. We kept on laughing. We kept on like reminiscing on how we were during our freshie days in college, pre-pandemic. And it was, parang it was a breath of fresh air compared to the previous date that I have before that date, because the previous dates were really guys that I didn't know. Like, it was all reto or just guys that I just met once at an event. Alam ko lang yung name nila. It was a nice refresher in the date series. Yeah, attend your reunions. Tapos usually may mga Facebook groups dyan na mga batchmates nyo, ganun. Join it. Like, don't be afraid to rekindle your friendships with your past friends. And ako kasi honestly, yung friend group ko na solid right now are people from high school, but they weren't really my barkada during high school. Like, I branched off from my barkada during high school, and iba na yung mga constants ko ngayon, which were also from high school. So, malay mo, mahanap mo rin yung parang constant adult friends mo from that group. So, that is not kawalan. And it's actually fun if you find people who you can reminisce your teenage years with. Next, okay, another obvious place where you can find your dates is sa workplace and sa industry events. Kapag sa work nyo, merong offer na parang merong trip to a different country or seminar or conference, go to those. Because kahit, aside from you learning from the current job that you have, you can also meet people or like-minded people in the same industry, which is actually a good place to find single people. Because these are like-minded people. Like, diba, baka na standard mo na parang, I want a man who's in finance. Then, go attend finance seminars, finance conferences. Alam mo yun, like if you want a specific type of person, you go to events where those types of people would show up. Ask your work crush out on a date. But again, make sure that that person is single. Ang dami rin sa inyo nagsasabi na, Ate Dani, paano ko siya lalandi and my girlfriend na siya? My pretty butterfly? Can you repeat that in your head? That is already an off-limits section of the roster, if you call that a roster. No, you don't date or you don't flirt with someone who already has a relationship. You know, that's an ex. I don't support that. If you're flirting through like your workplace, syempre, boundaries. Like, wag mo naman landiin lahat ng workmates mo. Wag naman ganon. Find a way to know if you have someone na type mo in the workplace, then start like asking them questions or like choosing them as your ka-team when it comes to projects, when it comes to campaigns or whatnot. I don't know how the corporate world works. I have never tried that. So yeah, you can explore in those places. But aside from those, because I am considering people who are really scared. So if you're really scared and you want a sense of familiarity, dun ka sa first two. This next part is when you want to explore outside of your school, outside of your current circle, which I honestly suggest more. Kasi this is where you can meet a lot of people. You know you have this one friend na wherever ka pumunta, wherever community ka pumunta, may nakakakilala sa kanya or may kakilala siya na parang, oh, andito ka pala, ganyan. You can be that type of friend if you go, or like if you make friends, if you meet new people in these other communities, these specific communities. So what are those communities? Meron yung creative communities, fitness and movement spaces, your inner child's interests, yung mga communities na yun, and if you try other hobbies or try new hobbies. So I'm gonna dissect it one by one. Number one, creative communities. I recently have been enjoying learning a lot from creative people as in yung production people, the people who work behind the scenes of music videos in the Philippines, like OPM music videos. They hold workshops, guys. Like, you just have to search online you just have to follow them on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook, because they host workshops which only cost like 500 or 1,000, which I think is very sulit na for the learnings that you would get, most especially if you're interested in that aspect. And once recently I spoke with this one friend. He's actually an org mate, tapos fresh grad siya. His course is business, I think, or marketing, but I know that this person is really good when it comes to graphics, and kaka-graduate niya pa lang, and he's having a hard time looking for jobs kasi lagi ka na-reject. And I feel like lagi namang ganon usually kapag fresh grad ka, ganyan, you're applying for work, like you always get rejected. But sabi ko sa kanya, why don't you try meeting people in the creative space and get jobs from there? Like kahit nga not 9 to 5 job, kahit like freelance or ganon. Tapos yeah, he now has a lot of freelance projects because I really believe in his capacity, in his talent, in his skill in creating like graphics, yung mga pubs, yung mga ganon for brands. And if you're a fresh grad and you're also listening to this, you can actually, this is the time for you to explore, not just in Landi, but also in life, in your work. If you have that, you know that you have this specific skill or this specific creativity, you can actually find jobs there. And in the adult life, you have to actually go out there to meet new people and collaborate, because there's beauty in collaboration. Lalo na when it comes to your work, when your passions, when your income, you need to meet people talaga. So going back to finding dates, yeah, go to workshops. You can either go there with one friend or go there alone. I somehow love going alone to these places. Like ako kasi I'm an ambivert. Like I love talking to people, but after a specific amount of time of talking to people, I also love my alone time. Like nagre-recharge ako. So if you want that type of vibe, if you want to meet strangers, go to those places, yung mga workshops. Meron din mga writing clubs, may mga open mics, there are acting classes. I personally have been going to different acting classes. No, I go to Sightlines. So Sightlines is like an acting class that focuses on the Meissner technique. I also met a lot of people there. I also go to PETA workshops. So there's a theater workshop naman to. I meet a lot of people here. Like ako kasi, yun yung isa sa mga childhood dream ko, to be a theater artist. So later we're gonna tap on like your inner child's interests, kung saan ka pwede maghanap. May mga content creation collabs. There's this one place, I met her recently, si Mama Kohi, so Kohi Social, she's on Instagram. She's creating like an event for creatives na Creative Grounds. So here, I'm so excited to meet different new people who are behind the scenes of the brands, of the marketing people, advertising people. Totoo yung there are a lot of fish in the sea. You just have to widen the sea that you're in. Alam mo yon? Bakit na nagsisabi, there's a lot of fish in the sea. Wala kayang option. Lumalabas ka ba ng bahay? Lumalabas ka ba ng workplace mo? Hindi. So, you gotta widen the puddle that you're in. If you're thinking na parang wala naman ako nakikitang lalaki, ganyan. Just because, honey, you're in a puddle. Ikaw lang talaga nandyan. If you make it into a pond, you'd have like one option or two options. If you make it into a river, yan, magkakaroon ka na ng 10 prospects. If you make it into a sea, ayan talaga. Like, it's the whole world in front of you. You would have a lot of options. So, this is me telling you to find people, single people. Alam nyo, gumawa na lang tayo ng event. What if? Gawa na lang tayo ng event for specific people, like, diba, what if, let's see. Pag-isipan natin yan, sige. Para, you are within my reach, my butterflies. Para kung meron kayong, para hindi kayo matakot mag-attend ng mga events sa ganyan. Kasi ako naman yung nag-organize. Your mother is here. Wow! Ano pa? And when you flirt pala through these creative communities, meron agad shared passion. Like, okay, you're attending this workshop because you are interested kahit papano in what you're gonna learn in this workshop. So, the people here have shared interest, shared passion already. And when you have a shared passion for something, parehas kayong like interested, let's say, in movies or in film or in as simple as the lights when it comes to theater productions or in music composition, in yung mga stuff na ganon, like in gaming, anime, stuff like that. Meron agad kayong mahanap na similarity, and similarity with passion equals deeper connection with that person. So if you would make this person, or if this person would be in a relationship with you or not, this person would still like be a good conversationalist, be a good person, be someone you could have a good conversation with. Next naman, fitness and movement spaces. Uso ngayon yung mga bouldering, pickleball, run clubs. Meron dyan. I'm telling you. Doesn't necessarily mean na yung mamimit mo dito magiging jowa mo. Malay mo, yung mamit mo dito, meron siyang friend na single, na ireto sa'yo. Ganon. You just have to widen your world. You just have to meet people. Then when you go to mga bouldering places, you can like come with a friend, or like if nakikita mo naman sa IG story ng friend mo, or like someone that you knew from whatever place, sabihin mo na, pwede bang sumama? Like, alam mo yun, I love feeling that I'm some stranger in a place where meron ng a group of, kunyari, I saw this person who always does bouldering. So, nag-reply ako sa kanya, where do you go? Ganyan. Can I sama? Just tell them na, I wanna try this. It's just that I'm shy because feeling ko hindi ako magaling. Lahat naman tayo hindi magaling sa start. But if you keep on doing it, alam mo yun. Running clubs. Ang daming run clubs are free, guys. If you don't know, run clubs are free. There are run clubs in almost every city in Metro Manila right now. I know that there are because I see a lot of people running in big groups. It's not just Rockwell Run Club. It's not just Adidas Runners Manila and BGC. There are already run clubs in Marikina, in Pasig, in Parañaque. You just have to search them online, you know? Yeah, there are also yoga classes. Again, look for places where you feel like you would find the love of your life, or like the ideal man. If you want someone who's rich, then attend like business conferences or whatever. And when you go to these parang studios, a tip is you need to look approachable and be consistent. Like always show up there. Like meron kang makikilala. Ato, let's go next to your inner child's interests. Ako kasi, when I was young, I really wanted to be an artista and I really want to star in musical theater productions. So what I did last year, I enrolled in an acting one theater workshop in PETA. Then after that, I enrolled in an acting workshop sa Sightlines. And after that, I enrolled, kasi yung musical, diba? So I made sure to take different workshops that would lead to everything that I need to know before the musical. So I also enrolled in dance camps, Zero Dance Studio. I also enrolled in singing workshops. Yung mga ganon. Ang daming ganon. Tig to 200, tig to 500. You just have to search them online. Search nila sa TikTok. Voice workshops. May maglalabas dyan. May lalabas dyan. Promise. You just have to search. You just have to be masipag in looking for things that you're interested in, or so that you can meet people in different communities. Or if you're like an anime person, if you like painting, or if you like, I don't know, Legos or something, meron kang makikilala, or meron kang mahanap na events for those types of people. And alam nyo, when you rediscover kasi your inner child's love or passion, dun mo makikita yung true self mo like yung the kid that you are. No filter and stuff. And when you meet strangers, you can always rebrand. It's so funny. You can always show this different part of yourself because these are people that you don't know. Yeah, that's my suggestion. Like, with social media kasi now, we all think na parang people are so perfect, people are so financially stable, people are so ganyan. But no, when you start meeting other people, realize mo na everyone is struggling. Lalo na if you're just an adult like me, you're just 25 or 24 or even 27. I don't know, we're all struggling. That's when you find deeper human connection and when you are honest about yourself. And so, yeah, just meet people through these spaces. Ang daming possible things. You just have to search them online, guys. And hindi mo dapat ikaw parati mag-isa. Like, you can actually ask a friend. Para samahan mo naman ako. If wala pa rin nag-a-appeal sa inyo dun sa mga minention ko sa taas, try new hobbies. There are a lot of... It's so crazy how there are a lot of activities now. Pottery, archery, I don't know, even salsa dancing. There are lessons, there are classes for that. So you can go to those classes and meet different people. So if you're asking me, if you have that question, saan po makakahanap ng mga kadate? Doon, sa mga lugar na yon. Kung tamad ka, edi wag ka umasa na lilitaw na lang yung jowa mo at your doorstep, because that is not gonna happen. But if you want to meet different people, and if you want to incorporate these people with your lifestyle and with the things that you're passionate about, go find people in the places that I mentioned. Thank you so much for listening. If you lasted till the end of the podcast, I hope that this podcast episode kind of helped. So thank you so much. I hope that you had a good time with me accompanying you, either if, I don't know, you're driving or you're fixing your room or you're traveling, you're at the bus or you're at the plane. So thank you so much for choosing to listen to Landian with Dani. Again, oh my gosh, hindi ko pa officially mention, but I believe that I mentioned in the previous episodes that what if we make a cap merch and stickers merch. So we already have them. Actually, you can buy them through the link na bit.ly/Landi merch. So bit.ly/Landi merch. That is the Google form direct orders through me. You can also get it through Shopee or Lazmall. All of the merch links are in my Instagram bio. Yes. So, yan o. Ang cute talaga. If you're watching the video, meron here nakalagay, Certified Malande, Flirty Club, Caution, baka ma-fall. That is so cute. Then at the back, it says Flirty Girl, meron ding Flirty Boy, meron ding Flirty Gay. YOLO SLR, you only live once, so Landi responsibly. So these are super duper cute stickers that you can buy. You can buy them in a pack. Then also, I have this cap already. It's the Flirty Butterfly cap, nakalagay sa likod. Ay, wait, I'm gonna show you. Ayan, nakalagay sa likod is Flirty Butterfly. I have been wearing this for the past months already. I feel like you guys have seen this in my content already. So yeah, you can actually buy this. It's so cute. So yeah, if you're watching on Spotify, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating. Mas makikilala po yung podcast and mas mapapakita to sa mga explore page ng mga tao if you leave this podcast a 5-star rating. So please do. Don't forget to like on YouTube. Share this podcast episode. If you share this to your stories, don't forget to tag me at Dani Bonfinidor at Landian with Dani. I always restory them, and I love it when you guys send me your relandizations or your Landi realizations through DM. But I would very much appreciate it if you leave your relandizations in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching again. Always remember to keep your head up high and learn from troubles that pass you by, and Landi responsibly. Bye bye.